Hi, this is Carol at True Self Unmasked. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to be talking about manifesting today because if you're not receiving desired results from your manifestation, you're probably not doing this. I'm going to give you 11 different tools to help you to use this main tool that you're probably not using or not paying attention to, which is making your manifestations not happen. So I'm going to talk about what you're probably not doing, what to do, and how to do it so that you're manifesting successfully and more quickly. We all live in our own bubble, you know. There are 8 billion of us, and what one person is creating in their bubble has nothing to do with what you are creating in your bubble, even though we are all one. We all have the same access to creation, to manifestation. Even with twins, they can look exactly alike, but typically one is more outgoing, more dominant, more bold, more confident, while the other is not. And they look exactly the same. There's something going on inside. It's their internal environment. What is that? What is the internal environment? Well, it's my thoughts, it's how I speak to myself. Sometimes it's soft, sometimes it's loud, and even sometimes it's the language of somebody else's that I have bought. We do that. We pick up the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of other people and we buy them as our own. And sometimes they're helpful and sometimes they're not. So, my question to you is your self talk or your quiet whispers cheering you on? Are they your greatest cheerleader? Go for it. You got this. Or are they putting you down? Are they condemning you? Are they being critical? Is your inner language, is it taking you back every time you're moving forward? What kind of inner language do you have? What kind of self-talk do you have? Because you cannot manifest with condemning, critical scripts running in the background of your mind all day, every day. The left side of the brain, the logical brain, can manage 44 bits of data in a second. Okay, that's our conscious, logical side of the brain. While the right side of the brain processes 11 million bits of data in the same second. So it is in that subconscious right sided brain that we have access to infinite possibilities. So we're going to be using tools that will help us to access the 11 million possibilities per second. So we're going to go above what is probable. And I'll talk about that later. So let's turn all of this around. So if you want more love, if you want more money, if you want more happiness, this is what you can do. Here are 11 tools that you can use to nurture your inner environment, your thoughts, your feelings, your self-talk, even the quiet whispers that you're hearing, so that they are supportive to your dreams. So everything should be in sync. If they're not in sync, if they're not a match, if your dreams are up here but your self-talk is down here, you can't have it. Everything has to be in sync. And number 11 is going to sum up who you really are. And by the end of this video, my wish is that you can step into that. I want to shout out Neville Goddard because I am inspired by some of his teachings, even though I've added my own spin on it. And the word that he uses is inner conversation. So I might be using that too. Your inner conversations start with your inner thoughts and how you speak to yourself. And they also include your inner emotions. How are you feeling when you speak to yourself? All of that I've talked about before is the recipe for creating a desired reality, a desired outcome, or creating something that you've had in the past that's familiar. And sometimes people like what's been familiar. They like to rely on something that's reliable. Even though it's not what they want, it's comfortable and it makes them right. When I do this, this happens. It makes them feel good to be able to be predictable about some part of their life, especially if they're living in chaos and there's a lot going on that they have no control over. They feel powerless. It is possible that you can want to keep creating the life that you have always created because there's a level of comfort there. So this video is not about creating what makes you feel comfortable. It's about creating what you've always dreamt of. So if you're willing to take the next step and step into your dreams more, watch the rest of this video. So number one is the power of your inner conversations. Your inner conversations are the only real thing. They are what we are using to create our lives. They create our state of being, and they create the external world. It's not the reverse. The external world doesn't create our thoughts and emotions, even though for many people we do it the reverse way. Our inner conversations, our thoughts, feelings, and how we talk to ourselves actually create the world, our particular bubble that we live in. Somebody else could be looking at something and calling it one thing, and I'm looking at something and calling it something else. I'm going to have a different relationship with that experienced person or thing based on how I think, how I talk to myself, and how I feel about it. It's wonderful. So that means it's a really good idea to deliberately handpick and choose the thoughts and words that align with your desired reality. For example, if you really want a house, don't say, I hope that one day I will have a house. Instead, get in the habit of saying things like, I love living in my beautiful new home. Everything about it is perfect for me. And if you can drum up the feeling behind that, a house is going to come out of somewhere. Why? Because you are not using the logical side of your brain that's processing 40 bits of data a second. When you speak that way, I love living in my new home, the right side of the brain doesn't know time. The left side of the brain knows time. It would say, what do you mean a new home? You don't even have, it's going to take 3 months to find, it's going to take 6 months. The right side of the brain doesn't do that. If you insert into the right side of the brain with a statement followed with a positive emotion, it's going to just accept it, and it's going to look for how to create that for you. It's working with 11 million bits of data per second. Allow it to do what it does, because we don't have access at a conscious level to that 11 million bits of data. So allow it to do its job for us and find it for us. And it will find it for us if we are consistent with how we speak to ourselves and what we believe and how we feel about it. We can't say something and doubt it. So I'm mixing up some of the numbers, but I'll get back to that. The feeling is the secret sauce. Use that emotion. If you have doubt, your manifestations will reflect that doubt. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. But why not? Go for it. This is like a fun challenge. If things haven't been working out for you, this is a fun challenge, and it's free. Do it. And you can just do a little bit every day and watch yourself get more masterful at this. So that's the power of your inner conversations. Living in the end. What does that mean? Living in the end means you are living at the result. So people that are always living in the journey is wonderful, because that is what life is all about. That is what life is all about, the journey. But at some point, we have to get to a result. We have to get to an end result of what we've been on the journey for. I want you to think it, feel it, and act as if it's already been done. You've already achieved it. Speak with clarity and specificity about what you're grateful for. What are you experiencing and what are you enjoying about it? Speak about that. If you want a promotion, don't say, I hope I get promoted soon. Instead, say, I'm so grateful for my new position. It is everything that I desire and more. And these are quotes from Neville Goddard. Those particular things I'm using from his YouTube videos. If you're interested in more of this, check out Neville Goddard on YouTube. So don't use vague conversation. Vague conversation, vague inner talk, vague thoughts create vague results. So be specific. Now, I must say that if you get too specific and it makes you not believe it, then pull back. So the main thing is, when you're living in the end, the result, feel the joy of already having it. Feel the joy of already having it. All right, let's go to number 3. Your self-concept creates your world. Your self-concept creates your world. So your inner conversation, your self-talk, and how you think inside, you don't share with anybody, it must reflect not only what you desire, but who you are. Some people say you have to be it so that it will come. And Neville Goddard talks about the same thing. He doesn't talk about the order, but he talks about both need to be present in order for you to have a manifestation that is desired. So it's not just talking about what is wanted, what is desired. It's talking about who you are. So instead of saying, I have money, you can say, I am an abundant person and I have an abundance of money. Instead of saying, I'm in a relationship, you can say, I am a loved person. I am in a loving relationship. The main thing is speak as the person that you want to be. Who do you want to be? Speak as that person. That's what you do. You speak it into existence. We're using our words to create. Number 4, check your conversations constantly. Now, be nice to yourself. Don't be like, psh, psh, you said the wrong thing. You won't be able to manifest because you're beating up on yourself. What's that word? It contradicts. It contradicts what you're doing. So you got to still be kind to yourself. But you might want to check every hour or every time you eat a meal or every time you enter a room. Pause and check. What am I telling myself right now? I typically do it before I eat or I drink, and I speak into the food what it is that I want to create in my life. And I have a whole process for that. Maybe one day I'll share it with you. But that's my way of checking in with how I'm doing. And also for me, doing a morning meditation, which sets the tone for the day, helps me to stay in that space. I noticed like today, I didn't do my regular meditation for a couple of days and I felt a little off. I had to do it before this video. I said, I got to get my energy the way that I like to feel so that I can do this video for you guys. So the conversations that you have with yourself, don't make them robotic. I am abundant. You have to have feeling. I'm an abundant person and I have an abundance of money. Speak in a way that is rich in emotion and you believe it. You have conviction. Yes. Instead of just saying everything is working perfectly, feel the deep trust. Feel it. Everything is working perfectly. And as you practice it, it will get easier and easier to believe it. It's just a skill, just like anything else. Learning a language, learning how to cook, learning how to drive a car. But this is the car of your life. With these skills, you will be able to create anything. Woohoo! The feeling gives power to your self-talk, those inner conversations. Number 5, do not let external circumstances change your conversation. So do not let external circumstances change your conversation. Don't let past experiences, don't let doubt, don't let negative opinions from other people dictate your internal world. Your internal world, the conversations that you're having with yourself, must be untouched by those circumstances. Your expectations create your experiences. Expect the best. Really protect your inner conversation. Don't share with other people if you feel that you're going to get a reaction. What you expect is going to create your experiences, not them. So expect the best in how you're thinking to yourself. Expect the best, and let go of beliefs that limit you. Use this as an opportunity to let go of any beliefs that are in contradiction to what the self-talk and the inner conversations that you are nurturing inside of you. You're planting seeds for success. Your conversations have no bounds. Your conversations know no bounds. Because we're working with the subconscious mind that processes 11 million bits of data per second, boundless, infinite possibilities over there. We're not working with the logical mind that works with time, that works with 40 bits of data per second. So that means if you catch yourself thinking things like, This has never happened before. I've never seen anybody else do this. Oh, this is impossible. Stop. Your imagination is not limited by the probability, the percentage, the data, the research, or past experiences. Would you tell an artist that they can only paint with green or red, or they can only draw circles or squares? Allow your imagination to go wherever, as far as it wants to go. Do not restrict your inner dialogue that wants to be realistic, like the logical left side of the brain working on 40 bits of data per second. Let that imagination fly and soar. That's what our greatest inventors did. They did not question their imagination, and they were able to create things that were never seen before. They work with that. So what that it's never been done before? I'll be the first. You'll be the first. So remember, you're painting. Remember, you are painting your reality with your words. And just allow yourself to use whatever paint you want and paint whatever picture you want. Do not restrict yourself with that's impossible. That's left-sided brain conversation. Number 7, keep the conversation going even if you don't see results. Keep it going. So even though you don't see evidence of what you're saying, keep it going. And sometimes what you could do is say that to yourself, this is just part of the process. This is part of the path to get me to where I need to go. Everything is on the other side of that bump in the road. Everything is on the other side of the mountain that I desire. You can talk like that to yourself. Include not seeing results as part of the process. If you're struggling with some of your language, then you might want to pull back on it. Instead of saying I'm earning $10,000 a month, if that's too far-fetched for you, you can say money flows to me like air to my lungs. Money flows to me abundantly and consistently. You can say something like that. Speak in a way that is in harmony with what makes you feel good, because once you lose your emotion, you're going to lose your ability to manifest that particular desire. The reason why you want to alter your language sometimes is that you want to make sure your emotions stay in alignment with your affirmations, what you're affirming, and keep that bond really strong. Keep them in sync and lined up with each other. And as I was saying before, your reality follows your conversation. The reality does not create your conversation. Your conversation creates your reality. It's not the other way around. And number 8, your inner conversation is your most powerful tool. Your inner conversation is your most powerful tool. The way that you speak to yourself creates a whole belief system, and your belief system shapes your world. So speak to yourself like the person that you wish to be. Think as they would think, feel as they would feel, and speak as they would speak. Your thoughts are preparing you for something. They're preparing you for something. Negative self-talkers are preparing for the worst. Optimistic and confident self-talkers are preparing for the best. So what are you preparing for? What do you want to prepare for? Choose. It is your choice. It is your life, and it is your choice. May you choose what you desire. Stay in the present moment. Number 9, your inner conversation should be about what is, not what was or what might be. Stay in the present tense. Speak from the present tense as if you had your wish fulfilled. You have it already. You're at the target. You're at the result. You're at the outcome stage. Neville Goddard recommends 3 days of maintaining this mindset. It sets the manifestation in motion. Your inner conversation makes your future your present reality. That's what happens. Your inner conversation, if you follow these tools, if you use these tools, will turn your inner conversation not only into your future, but your current reality. And number 10, you are the creator. You are the creator. Can you accept that? Your inner conversation must feel natural, must feel real, must feel true. Even when the circumstances that are outside of you, that you're looking at, you're feeling, the external circumstances don't seem that way. You are creating a reality with your thoughts and emotions. It's not the other way around. It is your inner conversation, how you speak to yourself, think to yourself, and feel. is more important than anything you see or anything that's happened in the past or anything that others say. You are a child of the Creator. There is no way in the world that you can't create too. We have been given the gift of creation, and that's what we're here to. We are here to create. Number 11, your 3-day manifestation challenge. For the next 3 days, I challenge you to commit to speaking only in alignment with your outcome, with your desired results, with your wish fulfilled, and feel as though you already have what you want. And check on yourself hourly or at some moment in time that happens frequently throughout the day, maybe when you're entering or leaving a room, when you're eating. Check to see how you're speaking to yourself. That internal dialogue must be in sync with the desired outcome. Otherwise, you're taking one step forward, one step back, and you're stuck or you're going backwards. You don't want to go backwards. Let's get you going forward. Ignoring external circumstances that contradict your new reality. Ignore everything. You are an artist painting the picture of your life. So paint away. Your inner conversations are like God in action. With God, all things are possible. With the Creator, all things are possible. Speak only of infinite possibilities, not of percentages, probabilities, research, because your world is transforming now because of you. So go out there and manifest. Go out there and manifest. But if you need help with your self-talk, if you do find that it's difficult to maintain positive self-talk or self-talk at least for 3 days that is consistent, and it may take you a month or 2 months to get to 3 days, you will find it does get easier once you hone in on this. And you only have to do it for 3 days, but it's going to feel so delicious after a while. You want to keep going because you'll be manifesting if you'll be able to do this for 3 days. If you find yourself struggling, make an appointment with me. This is what I do. I help people clear negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, and programming as an advanced theta healing practitioner. The link is in the description. Challenge yourself, indulge yourself, allow yourself to be the creator, allow yourself to manifest. Take the 3-day challenge, and I'll see you next time. I'm now posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays again so that I can balance out my life and bring you better quality videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. This is Carol at True Self Unmasked. Thank you. Bye. Go manifest.